Tonight we're going to look at a shape-shifting scientist, and these are my opinions and observations of these images. Here's the footage real time.
NASA has released stunning new images of the hexagon on Saturn. That's right, Saturn has a hexagon.
This is the chief scientist, astrophysicist at Ohio State University. And he's talking about the hexagon on Saturn, and he's opening up with double devil horns. And because I believe that he is demonic, that him making these devil horns opening up for a conversation about Saturn, Saturn in ancient paganism was the god they worshipped, and it's another name for Satan. Something I noticed going over the footage is that there are little creatures around and on his fingers, and I also believe that these beings, that their fingers are actually snake-like creatures. You would see that in my other videos. Here, these little creatures, they appear and disappear, and the one that I thought would be easy to see is this little one right here on top of his finger. It's got two eyes. And it does seem to appear that there may be critters on his other fingers. And I will point a couple of them out, but if you see them, you might see images that look like little creatures and you're not seeing things. Okay, in this image we're gonna watch his hand. And when he bends his fingers down, his finger turns sideways actually. And this is very strange looking here. Those could be possible eyes. They shouldn't be on his hand in motion. You could see his fingers have a yellowish color and red also on his finger. And I think that this has an eye here and an eye here, and it's a little difficult to see, but I'll go in on it. Okay, moving on. See the strange image of his fingers, and this little thing right here looks like a creature to me. And in this image, these fingers look normal, and these fingers don't. And especially this shape here of it. So the only thing that I can think of that would cause that is shape-shifting. Take a look at his eye, and he has a vertical pupil. This is the next part of the footage we're going to look at, and this here in the picture is Saturn, and it's a picture of the hexagon that is created by Saturn. I'll show you a couple sources to learn about it.
able to learn a little bit more. Now, like most things in astronomy, we're not exactly sure what's going on, but we do have a pretty cool idea.
We're going to look at each hand, and I just want to get a shot of this hand in motion. He's bringing his hands up, but I don't know how well this is going to come out, but this looks like the head of a creature that is his finger. And if you look at it, you might be able to see it. But let's go ahead and watch this hand. Okay. Okay. His thumb is a little bit bent there, but that's what we're really going to be looking at, is his thumb. And in this image is a pretty good image of what I think is one of those creatures. I think that this one could be made up of many. If you can see that, its eyes. Okay, move on. His thumb is starting to bend. Now it looks like it's curled up. This is his thumb. Look at it there. Also see some eyes, or an eye in that. And here his fingers, the color has changed on his fingers here. They look twisted, and the thumb, that's a little bit too far back, but as we saw earlier, it was much further back. Okay. Let's look at the other hand. His hand is in motion. Very strange how that, the movement of that finger, if you look at this, it's pretty deformed looking. Was interesting there, and I do see some eyes in that. Okay, and we look at his thumb, which is here, right here. Looks like it's bent all the way back. And look at it there, it definitely is bent back. There is his thumb. And I do see some creatures in that, but I don't know if you will or not. Right here, and probably here, the way it is shaped. That's actually his thumb. See there, it's bent back. So you cannot do that. You cannot do this with your thumb if you're human. So that's it. And this last image, I don't know how well it's going to come out because I didn't test it yet. But I wanted to try to include it. But this red thing by his thumb, I think it has red eyes that match it. I think it has eyes. I think it's it's probably hologram failure, or it's some type of manifestation, demonic manifestation. But yeah. Yeah, human thumbs don't bend like that. Here's a website and a YouTube channel called Nicholson 1968. And he's got some really good videos on all kinds of subjects. And he is a Christian. And he has a lot of videos and information on the Saturn worship, the black cube. So I would recommend that. And this is a book I've started reading. It's very interesting. I'm not sure that everything in it is true, but it's interesting, and I think it's a good source. The author, Troy Nicholson, has YouTube videos about this also. Thank you for watching. I'm sending love out to all of you. And God bless you all. This little guy here was rescued. He's just the cutest little thing. It's a baby orangutan. Precious.